You know, we think of breakfast as fuel, but what if it could be more? What if it could actually help clean up your system? That's what we're digging into today. We're looking at 6 super simple breakfasts that are designed to give your kidneys a helping hand. So, let me ask you this. Was your breakfast this morning a friend or was it a foe? Seriously, think about it. Was it helping your body ease into the day or was it basically throwing your kidneys into overdrive? That first meal can literally set the tone for your body's filters. Either it's a calm warm-up or a full-blown marathon before you've even had your coffee. This quote? Wow, it hits hard, right? Most people damage their kidneys every single morning without even knowing it. That's the scary part. It's not some big, dramatic thing. It's this quiet, slow burn, this daily stress that just adds up over time. So the big question is, how do we flip the script? Well, let's get into it. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we need to understand what's actually happening to our kidneys in the morning. Then, we'll jump into the good stuff. 6 amazing breakfast ideas broken down into gentle, lighter, and powerful options. And to tie it all together, we'll finish with 3 simple golden rules you can use for any meal. Ready?
So, let's kick things off with Section 1, your kidney's morning burden. It sounds dramatic, but it's true. Think about it. What's actually going on inside your body when you take that first bite? Your kidneys are basically bracing themselves for impact. Let's pull back the curtain on this hidden stress.
All right, so your kidneys are these incredible round-the-clock filters for your blood. They're always on the job. But when you hit them with the wrong kind of breakfast, something loaded with salt or phosphorus, it's like you're telling them to go from a dead sleep to a full sprint marathon. And that constant strain, it shows up in these sneaky little ways. Feeling drained in the morning, a bit of swelling, maybe your digestion is just off. These are the exact kinds of subtle clues that most of us just brush off. Okay, enough about the problem. Let's get to the solutions. And look, this isn't about some crazy restrictive diet. It's all about making smart, simple swaps. We're going to start with 2 gentle breakfasts. Think of these as a calm, powerful way to start your day. First on our list is a classic, oatmeal with fresh berries. But this isn't just a comfort food. It's a strategic move. See, all that fiber in the oatmeal, it's like a sponge. It grabs onto waste in your gut and helps get rid of it before it even reaches your bloodstream. That means your kidneys have way less work to do. And when you toss in some berries, like blueberries or strawberries, you're adding antioxidants that are like little firefighters, calming down the inflammation that can hurt your kidneys over the long haul. All right, number 2. For those of us who prefer something savory, a low-sodium egg white omelet. Now you might be asking, why just the whites? Well, it's pretty simple. The yolk is where most of the phosphorus hangs out, and that's a mineral that can really build up and cause problems when your kidneys are already working hard. So with egg whites, you get all that clean protein without the extra stress. And here's the secret weapon, flavor. Ditch the salt, which is a major kidney enemy, and load up on things like herbs, spices, bell peppers, and onions. You won't even miss it. Okay, moving on to our next section, 2 lighter options. These are for those mornings when you're on the go, or you just want something refreshing that's still doing the hard work of supporting your system. Number 3 is the balanced smoothie. And I say balanced for a reason, because a smoothie can go from hero to villain real fast depending on what you put in it. For a kidney-friendly version, we're talking a water-rich base like cucumber, some gentle sweetness from pineapple, and a scoop of plain Greek yogurt for protein. But what you leave out is just as crucial. We're skipping things like bananas and spinach here. They're great foods, but they're high in potassium, which can be tough for stressed-out kidneys to handle. And for number 4, we have rice cakes with almond butter. You can't get much simpler than this. We're talking plain, unsalted rice cakes. They're super easy to digest, which means less cleanup for your kidneys. Then you add just a thin layer, like 1 tablespoon of almond butter. This is key. It gives you those good fats without going overboard on phosphorus. Top it with a few fresh strawberry slices, and you've got a perfect, light, and surprisingly satisfying breakfast. All right, let's get into our last 2 breakfast ideas. These are what I call the 2 powerful foods. They feel more substantial, more hearty, but they are absolutely packed with cleansing benefits that are working behind the scenes. Coming in at number 5, quinoa porridge with cinnamon. Now, quinoa is a total powerhouse. It's one of the few plant-based foods that's a complete protein, but it's still way gentler on your system than a lot of other grains. When you cook it up like a porridge with some diced apples and a good shake of cinnamon, wow, it becomes this incredible tool. That cinnamon, by the way, is a secret weapon for protecting the tiny blood vessels in your kidneys by helping to keep your blood sugar stable. And finally, number 6 is chia seed pudding. If you're a fan of prepping ahead, this one is for you.
These tiny little seeds are fiber machines. Just like we talked about with oatmeal, that fiber helps your digestive system do the heavy lifting, taking a load off your kidneys. Plus, chia seeds are packed with plant-based omega-3s, which are amazing for fighting inflammation. You just mix them with some unsweetened coconut milk, let it sit overnight, top with blueberries, and boom, a creamy, delicious, and seriously cleansing breakfast is ready to go.
So, we've gone through 6 great breakfast ideas. But what's the common thread? What are the big picture principles here? That's what this next section is all about. The 3 golden rules. These are the fundamentals you can apply to pretty much any meal.
Rule number 1, and this one is an absolute deal breaker. You have to control your sodium. Think of salt as the #1 public enemy for your kidneys. It makes your body hold on to water, which jacks up your blood pressure and puts a ton of direct stress on those little filters. Honestly, learning to love herbs and spices instead of salt is maybe the single most powerful thing you can do for your kidney health.
Okay, rule number 2, watch your portions. This is so important. You can have the healthiest food in the world, but too much of a good thing is still too much. If you overload on protein, for example, you're just creating more work for your kidneys. Same with fruit. Too much can mean too much potassium. It's all about finding that Goldilocks zone, that balanced plate where your kidneys can just hum along efficiently without getting slammed.
And our third and final golden rule is to hydrate smartly. We all know water is crucial for flushing everything out. But, and this is a big but, more is not always better, especially if you have any existing kidney issues. The goal isn't to chug gallons of water. It's about gentle, steady hydration. Kicking off your day with a glass of water is a fantastic habit. But the most important thing is to listen to your body and, of course, follow any specific advice from your doctor.
So at the end of the day, looking after your kidneys isn't about some week-long extreme detox. It's about the small things you do every single day, starting with that very first meal. It's about giving your body's hardest workers a break, a calm and supportive start. So think about it. After everything we've talked about, which one of these breakfasts are you going to try tomorrow?